even if it were true that I only could have shot her, the scenario was quite different. For example, what if the victim had already died due to the poison at that time? I'm sure shooting a corpse can be a crime in its own right, but it's not murder. In either way, if the victim was going to die from poison no matter what, then I cannot be held liable for any financial losses. Those would have been inevitable already! About time you came back, Victoria. I was waiting for it.
I must commend you for finally presenting a modicum of challenge.
Is that a compliment? Am I going crazy? Wow. We've truly gotten character development from Victoria. Brace yourselves, here comes the usual. Oh my god.
Spinoza urged us not to laugh, not to weep, not to hate, but to try and understand human actions. Unfortunately, even I have begun to struggle understanding you, Aurelia. You did not merely elect to accuse my client of killing her very own mother. You had to utilize an appallingly preposterous version of events on top of that. I will kindly return us from this fantastical world of your mind into the real world. Dr. Hellinger, I grant you permission to clarify your autopsy, but no more than that. Did that have to be this dramatic? Well, I'm glad I can finally defend my findings. My investigations are more thorough than you give me credit for, defendant. Naturally, it was a concerning data point that the sweat on the victim's head had no clear cause. Absolute cinema. I suspected some kind of substance may be a factor, not unlike you did. Which is why I did perform a thorough analysis of the victim's system for dangerous poisons.
And?
I don't like to assume, but I think you already know what I'm going to say. The human body is complex and it would be hard to have absolute certainty about all substances. However, the technology I'm using is cutting edge. It is capable of detecting any known poison. My autopsy is accurate. There is objectively no way for this theory to be valid.
Oh. Oh. Shit.
Can you check the newspaper about the doctor? Any known poison? Any known poison? It could just be unknown, which is really hard to prove. But given that he's a deadly hitman, I imagine he would have access to quite a few poisons.
Oh boy. I knew it was coming, but damn it. Yes.
Like, Raggy, of course she was talking nonsense. Please remain quiet.
Silence.
Miss Chase, I don't see how you possibly could, but do you have a response to this?
Give her a moment. I'm sure a brain like hers will require some time to process this.
Hey.
She tends to have some difficulties returning to reality from her fantasy world.
Can't let this end here. Start this accusation, I'm pretty much out. Your Honor, I'm not done here. There's an explanation for this.
How in the world? The detective just confirmed there were no traces of poison in the victim. Are you going to claim she's in on the plan as well?
Yes! That admittedly came to mind, but now it strikes me as a bad idea. The fact that Dr. Hellinger detected no poison does not contradict my theory because, she didn't manage to... Wow, this is really giving 1-4.
Yep.
She didn't manage to detect the specific poison that was used?
The detective just confirmed that she checked for every poison with modern technology.
Oh, hold on just a second. That's not what she said. She said that her technology checked for any known poison. Wow, Noah. How do you keep getting into this game, man?
I told you, man. I'm on it.
Conspiracy theory. There must be some limits there. What if an unknown poison was used? I can hear the sighs from the gallery, but I'll have to bear it.
An unknown, undetectable poison. You are truly outdoing yourself. Ignoring that we are now in the realm of the fourth-rate mysteries, this is a probitio diabolica. It's a claim that cannot be disproven. There is no conceivable way that this will be tolerated.
But the weird symptoms still haven't been explained. Oh boy.
The line should be drawn here. The existence of such a poison is unlikely to begin with. Not only that, but it is not clear to me where the plaintiff, an ordinary civilian, would have gotten such a thing from.
Yeah, well...
Oh, well, I mean, if you have access to this tower...
That sounds ridiculous, but there has to be an explanation for this. Think, Mark, think! If I can't directly show the poison's existence, I need to explain where it came from. Whoever was holding even found it. Like the judge said, she isn't anyone that could have had access to something like that. Hold up. Someone with access to... Blade. Is there really no way a secret poison could have found its way here? There's something you're still unaware of, Your Honor. I have an explanation for how the plaintiff got her hands on this unknown poison.
I won't lie, Miss Chase. I have no idea how you would even begin to explain this. What is your proposed source for this extraordinary poison? I fucking knew it.
Oh, my head. With a lot of things just clicked into place at once.
Are you going to provide an explanation, or not?
As I've mentioned, Aurelia cannot be expected to work at average speed.
Oh, you better strap in. Once I get started on this one, you'll struggle to keep up.
No more stalling, Miss Chase.
Right, so... There are only so many places a completely unknown poison could come from. To explain this, I'll have to talk about something I was informed about during the last recess.
Well...
What? About the true identity of a certain Mr. Kova.
The sweets merchant from the entrance?
That guy.
Thing is, Mr. Kova is no mere civilian. He's an agent sent by the FBI to keep tabs on this place.
Yeah, that's right, because they're trying to keep a location on each one of these items that are set up for auction, but they haven't been able to get in here because they don't have the licensing or the warrant to get in here. How did you even manage to learn that?
Well, I have a source that said he told it to them.
Let me guess, Lillian. This is nothing but hearsay. You are simply trying to concoct your next fantasy.
Shouldn't Mr. Kova himself be able to confirm this?
Thing is, he'll probably deny it. He announced as much. Mr. Kurt was with them when this conversation happened.
How convenient that we can't ask him either.
Oh,
Shit,
wait.
that is convenient.
There was somebody else. Sir Ply was hiding behind... He was present when this conversation happened and must have caught the gist of it.
Mr. Polly, can you please come forward and confirm there was merit to this?
Yes, I heard them talk about this FBI matter.
Oh, hi, Monokuma. Oh, no!
No!
There you are, you little brat!
No!
They're still playing hide-and-seek in the gallery. Well, it seems he's currently too busy to go into detail. But that should have given it some backing, I hope.
We will listen to the rest of it first, then.
Mr. Kova was stationed here for one specific reason. Sorry, hold up. After the previous tenant of this place was expressed as a criminal for some devious things, the suspicion grew that he had that he had stolen government secrets.
He was in a position to do that? How could that happen?
He had apparently been a special agent himself for a while. But the important question is just what Dr. Lade had actually stolen. Mr. Kova vaguely called it government secrets, which brings to mind confidential documents and the like. Seems that may have been a mistaken impression.
I'm not sure I'm following. What exactly do you propose he took?
consider who we're talking about. It's likely these government secrets you saw were actually...
aliens.
There was no question that the government has some confidential weaponry. The JP Corporation would no doubt have been very interested in that. And I know poison in particular should be very attracted to this sophisticated hitman.
You're saying Dr. Lade stole deadly weapons? How could the government let something like that happen?
I should not even be wasting my breath on this asinine drivel. This man is supposed to be an FBI agent? All he did was go on about the curse of this place. If it was me, I would have simply seized back what was rightfully mine.
Well, some people do care about not looking like the bad guys. It's bad enough if someone simply took some confidential documents. But we're talking about some weapon thing straight into the hands of a criminal organization. That's pretty much straight sponsored terrorism. They had to make sure that didn't get out. No way! It couldn't be that incompetent
early.
Uh-huh. Spider protection!
Order. I know this is quite the claim, but please remain quiet.
Also,
If what you say is true, Miss Chase, then I am unsure what Mr. Kova's aim was. Was the Reaper's curse an actual government cover-up?
I do believe a cover-up took place, but I don't think that Mr. Kova killed those people. Leon would have picked up on that. I believe we should take another look at it. Because what I just suggested can actually be easily solving this entire... What I just suggested can actually easily solve this curse.
Your delusions of grandeur have no limits, do they? It may be no challenge to me, but... Do you seriously expect us to believe you can explain away 2 locked room cases that simply...
Hard to call it a challenge now we know the police are involved. A renowned detective working for Alathea was apparently looking into them as well. I happen to have his notes right here, together with the official police reports. If we use this as a basis, it's pretty obvious that they hid something.
Very well. The court accepts this into evidence. No matter what, this is bound to be another blow to the reputation of the police. These sorts of things will further erode the trust in justice being carried out. They may have let a killer get away.
I don't completely disagree. But to understand what they may have done, we must consider what the objective was. The aim was to hide the true nature of these incidents.
That's an intriguing choice of words, Miss Chase. Please elaborate.
At a glance, these 2 incidents look like locked room murders. However, we've got to take a look at the bigger picture here. Disregarding the exact circumstances, 2 people visited the tower and then wound up dead in their homes later. I mean, this is my proposal that they were confidential government weapons hidden here. It's highly likely that these incidents were actually... accidents?
Is that what you're thinking?
Because they're saying they were murders, right? Because if they're saying they're murders, then...
Okay, well, the second one is labeled as an accident.
They're calling them... Well, yeah, but covering them murders are... Huh. Well, I don't think they were murders or suicides. But I also don't think they were completely fake.
Alright, accidents.
I hope I'm right. Series of unfortunate accidents!
Nobody is actually responsible for these murders. How could that be possible?
Well, there definitely lies some blame with this man. He stole deadly weapons and substances from the government and hid them in this place. Then after he's gone, people were free to visit this tower and walk all over it. Touching things, perhaps even secretly taking something. With things like lethal poison around, that's an accident waiting to happen. Okay, that's what she meant.
Do you
by
even know
accidents.
about the particularities of these two incidents? Because neither of them are remotely explained by your suggestion of poison.
No worries, I remember quite well. I never said poison was the only kind of weapon involved. If I remember correctly, the first incident happened 4 years ago. Long before time had a name. I tend to use its written list as a basis to present something coherent. Hardly enough info to avoid all leaps, so I'll just have to go with plausible applicable options. Saul Poor was found dead in his home with his throat ripped out. No weapon was found in the house, and there was no signs of anyone else entering or leaving. Most of this was confirmed to be correct. The first discoverer was likely just another local. The only doubtful part is their assessment of the wound, though they didn't take too close of a look at it. We should just say he had a pretty bad-looking wound in the front of his neck. So the only question is, what could have caused a large wound without leaving a weapon behind?
Acid. But an ice knife.
Some kind of strong acidic substance must have been involved.
You mean those chemicals I always warn you about?
They always say don't take acid, Your Honor. Indeed, if strong enough acid got on someone's skin, it'll burn right through. It definitely looked like someone ripped your throat out if it got on your neck. Detectives know that the wound didn't end up too messy. Plus, the rest of the throat was nowhere to be seen, which makes sense if it's dissolved.
How in the world do you propose it got there by accident?
Quite simple. It was stored in some item that this victim took home and took from the tower. The chest that was taken by the police, to be precise. It was rigged to spray out the acid when opened.
Who would keep something like that around?
They need to remind you who this person was. Could have been a device that was meant to use on one of his hitman targets. It's also possible you have traps like that around his plate, or because I thought it'd be fun. Oh yeah, let me just get sprayed by acid on accident, bro.
I see. It slipped my mind just how twisted of a human he was. But after what I've heard about him, I certainly couldn't put this past the man.
That's the explanation for this death, then. This all happened in the same year since my article was published. Chances are this is what the FBI got the FBI involved in the first place. By the time they mobilized, it was too late. Someone had already died to the stolen weapons. Their next best move was to cover it up and make sure it wouldn't keep happening. Unfortunately, another incident occurred only a year later. The Bite of 87! The second death.
No!
Someone burned you to death in his home at night. All engines blocked.
This is what will make your entire hypothesis fall apart.
Yeah, this was also the one that was making me doubt accidents.
Yeah.
The neighbors spotted the killer, a hooded figure with a scythe.
Funny you insist on that now. Didn't you yourself dismiss Mr. Polly's sighting as just him being mistaken? Highly likely the same happened here. Not unless Reavers can suddenly vanish from locked buildings. We didn't even see the person themselves, just the silhouette.
And you think you can enlighten us? And you think you can enlighten us as to what they really observed? No scythe was found in the building, nor anything resembling this Reaper.
That's so surprising. The place was on fire. It's possible whatever it was got destroyed.
I don't know, Miss Chase. What would have conveniently looked like the Reaper?
I can think of something. Wait.
A Reaper-shaped statuette?
It's really the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
The thing about shadows is that they can look bigger than an object that can. The flames made it look bigger!
Yeah.
Oh my god. The thing about shadows is that they can look bigger than the object that cast them. What appeared to be a human-sized Reaper was actually just a small statuette.
And how do you propose the fire was started?
You won't trip me up on that. It's simple. The fire was started by a bomb.
Yeah.
A bomb.
A convenient statuette of the Reaper and a bomb?
Well, I'm sure if we're right, Koba's gonna step up after this.
Yeah. Why wasn't any of this found?
Who says it wasn't? It was covered up.
Yeah.
The bomb wasn't found because it exploded, dumbass. The statuette wasn't found because it exploded, dumbass. Actually, hold on.
That's a lot of things exploding.
I meant to imply they're the same thing, Your Honor. Explosion would explain the disarray in the room, which wasn't consistent with a simple fire. There's some unexplained fragments of debris left. The statuette must have been filled with something highly flammable, like white phosphorus. We're assuming that both of them fell victim to something they took from the lighthouse. I've heard a rumor that a certain statuette of Thanatos was in this tower. Perhaps this poor victim found and took what he believed to be it.
You absolute Philistine! How can you be so ignorant about Greek mythology? The Greek god of death predates any depiction of the Grim Reaper.
I never claimed otherwise. The thing is, the victim likely didn't know that and took it anyway. Which is probably exactly what its creator hoped for.
Creator? You mean this statuette was meant to trick someone?
I'm certain of it. That's just the kind of thing this man would do. He enjoyed setting up tests and experiments, seeing people into ruining themselves. Big statuette puts a rumor to see who would take the bait. You can't put it past a man like that.
Unbelievable. Could we even call something like that an accident?
It might have been the charitable way to put it. Because the true Reaper behind these incidents is already presumed dead. However, regardless of whether he's dead or alive, he left a curse behind in this lighthouse. But it wasn't anything supernatural like a ghost with a scythe. The things he left behind were deadly weapons hidden in ways that might claim the lives of anyone too greedy or curious. Wow. Can I get a refund?
That lady was scamming us with these things.
Oh my god.
Excuse
Oh my
me?
god. She was selling She was selling weapons.
Yeah.
Order! This is still only a hypothesis.
I just realized she was trying to sell... Was she trying to kill people? Oh my god.
Well, did she know that these were weapons?
I'm not sure...
Look at what you've done.
They're asking for refunds, man. Have you ever worked in customer service? God damn it.
I should sue you again for slander. Now it'll be hard to sell anything else.
I don't worry. There's always a few crazies out there that'll still take it. It may just be a theory, and a game theory, but I think there's a very obvious step to verify this. Check the auction items again to see if any of them show signs of being booby-trapped.
You can't seriously be suggesting we have to go through all of them again.
It'd be very unlikely that those two victims took the only deadly things in this building. If my theory is right, chances are we're good we'll find something. And if we do, I'd say that's strong evidence in favor of my claims.
You've got to object to this waste of time. I object to this waste of time. Because it's colossally likely to be one. Not because she told me to do it.
Objection overruled. We might as well make sure now.
So I need to work my way through all the auction items a second time. How inefficient. You should have told me to do a full analysis the first time around. And what exactly do you want me to search for? The clue is remarkably vague.
Well, dangerous patterns can be hidden in many ways. Just check for anything unusual.
Very helpful. I can't promise anything with such subjective parameters.
She just has to find something, anything. You can find solid evidence for this part. A huge turnabout might just be within reach.
Please don't kill yourself doing this, Dr. Hellinger. That was a longer wait than expected, but it seems the results are in. What's the verdict, Dr. Hellinger?
Hi.
I'll get directly to the point. There's only one object that showed any anomality. This statue of the Thinker appears to actually have some mechanism inside it.
Oh, no, that's normal.
No, that's normal. Wait a moment, I think I recognize this, actually. It's a clock, right?
There is an internal clock and a speaker involved. Still, I am unable to ascertain that as the batteries have been removed.
Huh, interesting.
A clock is the ultimate reward for your misguided efforts.
Don't tilt the
As I
head, y'all.
predicted, a colossal waste of my precious time. We waited more than an hour for this. My report isn't complete yet. It's notable that one of the wires inside this device has been damaged.
I don't see how that could have happened.
Correct. It should have been well protected, so I posit this damage was deliberate. I closely examined the area around this wire and found something highly irregular. And that's the primary reason for the length of this investigation. It was quite difficult to determine what it was.
Yes, now we're getting somewhere. Well, don't keep us waiting. What is it you found?
If I was superstitious, I might have presumed you have the devil's luck. It's a microscopic amount, but I found traces of...
hexanitrohexazisoerxine.
Hold on.
What?
Literally what? And what's that in English?
Also known as CL20.
Why did you say Toonti?
Because I
messed up.
It's a powerful explosive developed by the military.
I knew it! We're all gonna explode! Now let me help.
Stop jumping to unsupported conclusions! Idiots! This amount is too insignificant to pose any actual danger. It's not even visible to the eye.
Interesting. I think the mere presence of an explosive like that proves my point, though. The damaged wire was likely cut and connected to a fair amount of the CL20 stuff. This thinker was rigged to explode if someone used its mechanism.
But we were just told that there wasn't actually much of this CL20 here.
Did you, just ignore what my point was? Someone clearly removed it at some point, along with the batteries. Mrs. Holden must have gained knowledge at some point that this place contained deadly traps. Can't ask her now, but it's likely some kind of sweep already took place at some point. Can't know if the FBI was included in that. If they were, they clearly didn't think they caught everything. Let's find out what this will be good for. No! My evidence!
How did you do that?
I see. That makes some amount of sense.
Let me know that this increases the odds the plaintiff caught wind of this as well. She was present for whatever search her mother performed. Then odds are decent she managed to find something given her cleaning prowess.
I understand what you're trying to get at, Miss Chase. It does appear the plaintiff obtaining a special substance isn't too improbable now. And you cleared up this whole curse business along the way. Remarkable.
What the hell? This is rigged!
No, that thinker was rigged.
What? Susan in this trial isn't?
This is you taking on the wrong gamble, again. Also, literally so real.
But you still have no proof for this stupid poison you say I used. It's completely made up is what it is.
Consider how little I've been allowed to investigate. I think I've been an extraordinary amount of supporting circumstantial evidence. You got means, motive, and opportunity.
Miss Chase has managed to give a reasonable response to any objections made by the plaintiff.
This woman shot my mother! Does any of this even matter? It doesn't! Even if there was a poison, the eyewitness said mother was still standing when she got shot. Clearly this is still on her, no?
As I said, can't sue me for damages if she was gonna die anyways.
You are both incorrect. Miss Chase, the law does not make an exception for killing someone who is going to die anyway.
Got that right.
That does not mean that this line of inquiry doesn't matter at all, Miss Holden. If the victim was indeed poisoned, that is attempted murder at the bare minimum.
Whether the plaintiff attempted to murder the victim is immaterial to this trial. The only thing that matters is whether Aurelia was the one who caused the victim's wrongful death. Feel free to waste your time with a criminal trial on that matter later.
You are unfortunately wrong as well, Miss Preston. Depending on how this poison affected the victim, it could have been a substantial factor in her death. It may have clouded her judgment or weakened her in other ways. In that case, the poisoner would share liability for this death.
I advise you to use your brain and remember who is on trial at the moment. Aurelia's guilt is neither overturned nor diminished by this regardless.
That may be so. However, this does not change that the question of Miss Holden's guilt is of significance to this trial. There is a statute called the Slayer Rule in Inheritance Law.
Heard of
Didn't
that
we discuss
before?
this earlier?
Oh no, I was thinking of Tyrion.
Oh, yes.
Is that what you were thinking about?
I thought I heard about it in regards to this game, but I might have just been remembering Tyrion Cuthbert. This rule exists to prevent any criminals to profit from their crime. A person cannot inherit from someone they killed. And certainly, they cannot file a lawsuit on behalf of the deceased. If Miss Holden indeed contributed to the victim's death, then this whole trial may be illegitimate.
Slayer rule, huh? I like the sound of that. Finally, this is the break I needed. I can make this stick, the entire lawsuit will be invalid. Don't worry about any criminal charges against me later.
I'm not allowed to sue?
Huh. It's crazy how you're getting worked up over this. Did you do something, Susan?
So that's your next dirty tactic.
I can say I knew it worked like that, but I'll take it.
She can't prove anything, though. Innocent until proven guilty, right?
Would that not apply to me?
There's no way this poison can be established beyond reasonable doubt.
This is a civil trial, Miss Holden. Now correct me if I'm off here, but inheritance disputes are handled in civil courts as well. Does the Slayer rule require proving things beyond reasonable doubt, Your Honor?
Your guess is correct. Just like in this trial, all that is needed is a preponderance of the evidence.
Fair and reasonable. I can get behind that. So we just established that there is dangerous substances circulating in this Lighthouse of Lunacy. We got the victim showing inexplicable symptoms, the sweat on her face. And on a side note, the way the victim got my attention was by coughing, which could have been intentional, but could have also been the symptoms of a poison manifesting. Finally, we got the fact that the victim got a cut briefly before the crime. There's pretty much no chance poison got in any other way. Her stomach was empty. And the only other person with access to the floor where she got cut was the plaintiff. So let me ask you, Miss Holden. Oh shit, the build-up. How's that for preponderance of evidence?
I can't fold. Not here. I'm used to losing. I don't mind it. But this trial is something I absolutely have to turn into a win. I won't back down. We got her guilt established. She's guilty. Sentence her.
I can't do that just yet. Miss Chase may be guilty, but as I explained, there are some things that still need to be looked into.
Completely blind? How can't you see her bluff? This can't be enough evidence without the actual poison.
Forget it! This trial has been ours for a while now! Never formally accused you, I just pointed out the facts. There are certain questions here that may have bearing on the validity of this trial. Like the second murder, which you keep dismissing as relevant. Could it have been related to what happened to the victim in that room earlier? We also ought to call Mr. Kovac to the stand. If this poison exists, you may be able to confirm some things about it.
Invalid trial? This has to be a joke. Do something, Miss Priston! What am I paying you for?
Oh, you're paying me?
Seriously? You have the audacity to address me with this?
I don't think Victoria's going to admit it, but I think she might just be starting to see our side.
Yeah.
Because she has been really silent.
Do you want me to enlighten you what caused this situation?
As much as I don't like Victoria, she did try to stop this.
Yeah, she tried her best to stop this from happening.
It was your mind-boggling decision to testify. You just had to testify.
I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling testifiers.
You weren't even capable to simply do as you were told. It's clear why your mother considered you a disappointment. You inept child.
Damn.
Damn!
No, please. I'm not incompetent.
Yeah, that's Yuki Maeda.
This is my last chance to show I can do something right. It would honestly be a good lesson to abandon you here.
Oh my god.
You are quite fortunate that I won't take that course of action. Aurelia needs me more.
No, really, don't stick around just for me. I take it you're going to oppose my perfectly reasonable request, then?
Naturally. The whole basis for this derailment is your asinine poison hypothesis. I'm going to obliterate that excuse of a theory immediately. It's obnoxiously impossible to falsify, but trivial enough to point out how absurd it is. Consider this. How would Miss Holden ensure flawless timing? The poison conveniently started taking effect right as the victim was inside the study with you. What would guarantee that? This whole plan would have been ruined if she collapsed earlier or later.
Well, if she roughly knew how long the poison needed to start working.
You think poisons will always take the exact same amount of time to take effect? Even if that were true, there was no guarantee the victim would keep schedule exactly to the minute. What if she moved things along too quickly or too slowly?
She had to be in the study at a precise time to do the TV trick.
That's still a large window. TV shows don't merely run for a minute. More importantly, the knife could have been fetched at any time prior to this. What if she got it at the start of the auction instead? But those are still not even the largest, most blatant issues with this theory. What guarantee was there that Mrs. Holden would cut her finger in the first place?
The edges of the case could have been sharpened.
Don't embarrass yourself. There are ways to lift a case without even touching the edges.
Except it was shattered. But maybe the victim had a tendency to lift things up in a specific way. About this timing issue, it's, well, a plaintiff is a bit of a gambler, right?
Pathetic as expected. I'll give you a much more plausible explanation you won't be able to disprove. Van Lade, correct? You claim 2 people fell victim to traps he left behind in this place. Precisely nothing is stopping this case from being the exact same situation. Since this poison is conveniently unknown, we cannot rule out that it would retain to its toxic properties for years. With this explanation, the issues with timing the effect on making sure she would cut herself vanish. There was nothing to ensure. It was an accident, not a plan. You say only my client could have planted the poison. But Dr. Lade could have planted it when he lived in this place. Now you have precisely nothing to still hold against her.
She actually noticed the issues.
That certainly sounds like it would make more sense. Perhaps Miss Priston's proposed scenario is more likely after all.
What if we consider the second murder in this context? It would make much more sense if Mr. Gart was killed because he discovered some crucial evidence. Compared to me killing him as a distraction, that sounds much more plausible to me.
Oh shit!
What?
Oh shit!
What?
Lillian is probably the one who informed Mrs. Holden on when to move and when to do things. Because why else would Mr. Gart died if Lillian wasn't the one who killed him? Maybe there's a hole in there, but that's just where my brain went.
Oh, God.
Because we know that Lillian can telepathically talk with people, right?
I suppose.
Who's to say that she didn't do that with Mrs. Holden?
I don't want it to be Lillian.
I know, but there's just so many things that add up if it is her.
Oh, God.
Indeed, the second incident cannot be dismissed so easily.
You must be out of your goddamn mind, Judge. Don't entertain her antics. That was all Lillian's doing. Anyone with an average IQ can put it together.
Well, damn. What does that say about us?
Yeah.
It would not be surprising if she planted the victim's blood on the display case as well. Also, we would waste our time with it once Aurelia came forward with this poison lunacy.
Poison.
Let me be honest, Miss Preston. Your explanation for this second murder is extremely lacking. You want the court to accept that Miss Chase is some kind of ruthless mastermind twisting the facts. Nothing shown by you so far indicates that the defendant acted in such a way. In fact, everything points to her fully cooperating after firing the shot. She surrendered her gun immediately, and there are no signs that she tried to tamper with any evidence. Your theory relies on the defendant acting on some kind of plan. However, it's doubtful she even intended to kill the victim. To me, she looks like no more than an unlucky thief who got pressured into using her gun.
Oh my god, W?
She does not strike me as someone so desperate that she'd arrange a second murder.
Well, I'm glad my perfect cooperation hasn't gone unappreciated. Face it, Victoria. You can't even prove I had any criminal intent here.
How is shooting the victim not criminal intent, you joker?
Man, Victoria, I'm starting to think you really do have selective hearing. Well, technically, you still didn't fully prove I shot at all. At least if we consider the TV show could have played a shot. Even the witness only saw a flash.
I can't believe you're all still this oblivious. She's done nothing but stall this court with nonsense.
Arguing your case in court is not comparable to actively obstructing justice.
Someone say my name? No, not you, Apollo.
What about the key? She's clearly hidden the key to the study to make it look like it couldn't have been her.
You are talking about the key you haven't found yet? Certainly, it must have vanished from the scene somehow. But clearly it couldn't have been the defendant that hid it. She was searched. Your client, on the other hand, already admitted to tampering with evidence at the scene.
Damn, the judge is just doing our job for us at this point.
Yeah.
If anyone removed a key that should have been with the victim, she's a much more likely candidate.
Yeah, and who knows what other evidence may have been tampered with.
This isn't real.
Her arguments are starting to backfire. Isn't it lovely?
The court will require testimony from Mr. Kova and Dr. Hellinger. Please step up to the stand.
No, I refuse to let you have this. If I can show that she hid the key, that will demonstrate her criminal intent, would it not?
How stubborn can you be? Just stop ignoring the second murder already.
Are you saying you found the key, Miss Preston? It sure didn't sound like it. Well, if you can prove it was Miss Chase who hid it, that certainly would put things in a new light. At the very least, it would show that the defendant is not above tampering with evidence, and was clearly trying to deflect guilt.
I didn't find the key yet, but deducing it should be trivial for me.
Shut the fuck up. Well, this should be good. At least...
Aurelia definitely hid the key, but it wasn't on her person or in the room. Therefore, there's only one place where she could have hidden it. What if... Yes, there's still an appropriately asinine hiding place for the likes of you.
We're still waiting.
Well, do I really have to suggest this?
Do you have an argument or not, Miss Preston?
Also, was that a nice Sprite?
It was.
Did she go say I swallowed it?
She ate it.
Oh my god! She ate the key, guys, I swear! Guys, she ate the key! Guys!
Well. This is fucking... This is crazy, even for you, Victoria.
Victoria, can you just accept that you've lost? Please and thank you.
It's the only logical conclusion. The key must be small like the other one, so she'd be able to eat it.
And what do you want them to do? Pump out my stomach? Do we have any fucking doctors on board?
You cannot disprove it. Behold, the only possible explanation for the locked room and a clear sign of your guilt.
I mean, it can't be disproven, but...
Sweet desperation! Excellent. Actually, I think we have an easy way to disprove this nonsense, Your Honor. This tool should be able to prove that I didn't need any keys.
Run her through the metal detector.
Well, I don't know how we would do that. And also that would require Susan's cooperation. Oh wait, yeah, I guess we represent the tower diagram, right?
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah. Oh wow. If we get to the metal detector at the entrance, it should be able to pick up on the key.
That's not happening.
I forgot that anything involving the elevator use will just be denied. Fair enough, but there's also something else on this floor that'll get the job done. Oh,
The
what?
tuning fork? Maybe?
Tuning fork?
I mean, what else? Like, what? I mean, what else? What else are we gonna use? The knife?
For
Cut
the
open her
key?
stomach? Maybe if you get rid of, there's an easier way. What?
What?
Oh, what if we use one of Dr. Hellinger's tools?
Oh. I heard about Dr. Hellinger using some kind of Oh!
Oh, shit!
I heard about Dr. Hellinger using some kind of X-ray on my friend. Any decent investigation kit would probably feature a metal detector as well. Let her do the honors, come up with nothing, and we can move on from this.
This is making me feel nostalgic, although the last person wasn't quite that eager to be checked.
We don't talk about him. We do not talk about him.
Very well, Dr. Hellinger, please put Miss Kristen's theory to the test.
We're fucked if it goes off, though. Like...
Well, let them know how correct I am. What are you trying to accomplish with this?
You know your coach even Hellinger's fucking questioning you. Just put her out of her misery.
I performed an appropriate check of the defendant's body as per her insistence. A key was
What?
found inside her.
What?
There you go. Now let's... What?
My stomach just dropped, bro.
What? 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 Huh?
What?
Let's move on to some... What?
As I said, what in the world are you trying to accomplish, Aurelia Chase?
What?
There is a metallic key-shaped object present in your
What?
gastrointestinal tract.
But how?
What? What? But what? 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 What the fuck is going on here? What the Why the... What?
I'm speechless.
Wow. What? I'm just actually just shocked. Like, I don't... What in the fuck?
I doubt anyone will believe you're feigning ignorance now. What's your goal?
What are you... This is the time for jokes. Did Victoria tell you to say that?
I never joke, Aurelia Chase. The one that needs to stop joking around is objectively you.
This got to be a lie. And she's gotten her confidence back.
Oh! Wonderful! The fool has finally gained some self-awareness. What a befitting face, Aurelia. Remain like that for a while, if you would.
One moment, please. Am I hearing this right?
I'm still processing, I'm gonna be honest.
Miss Chase actually ate the key.
Oh my god.
What?
Did we eat the cake? Did we eat the cake? Did we eat the cake?
That means he was in on it.
But why would he? Why?
I don't know!
Oh my god. This is some kind of... This is made up! Check me again, Dr. Hellinger!
You assume I wouldn't have already double-checked this? I can show you the images if you want. A key-shaped object wouldn't turn up on them by mistake.
What the hell does that mean?
I will assist you and the slower observers. It naturally means I was correct about you hiding the key. Res ipsa loquitur. The evidence speaks for itself. Only a guilty mind would take that course of action. We technically haven't determined if the object is the key we were looking for. You truly never stop being tediously precise. It is the right key this time, guaranteed. There's only one way to know with certainty. The key must be tested on the study door.
It does not look like we are in any position to do that right now.
That may be true at the moment, Your Honor, but time will change that.
I even want to know what you're getting at.
What goes in will eventually come back out. Please don't make me clarify more than necessary. Oh! A truly suitable final destination for you and your asinine arguments. Certainly, we must ensure the key fits the lock so even the average observer is satisfied. Lead the way, Aurelia. To the bathroom.
We're passing. You're definitely not coming.
Your struggle is only becoming more futile. We have no other choice but to confirm the evidence. We naturally cannot leave you unobserved, or who knows what might happen to that key.
I regret to say it, Miss Chase, but it seems this has to happen in some form.
Let me take care of this. There's no need for Victoria Piston's presence. It will take longer if there are any factors present that make the defendant less comfortable. As if we haven't been quite considerate enough.
Very well. The court will leave the procurement of this evidence to Dr. Hellinger.
If anyone is in possession of something that may help speed up this process, please inform me.
As if this didn't need to be any more humiliating.
Yeah.
I started to the bathroom despite my protests. The fault was one of the most humiliating. Okay, yeah, we know. So reminding me that it gave me time. When I think about this ridiculous development, I think it's incredibly clear now. I refused to fully accept it before. I'm being set up. Someone out there wants me to really see me go down for this crime. No matter how hard I think about this, I can't make heads or tails of it. I've really felt so violated. To somehow find its way into my body without my knowledge.
Quick question. Was Aurelia, convinced to eat that cake in any way, somehow? Because I remember that Lillian was with us, and if Lillian persuaded Victoria...
No. Oh my god, no. Lillian was the one that made us go back to talk to Kova. Oh my god.
Wait, was she?
Yes, in episode 1. We were gonna just go past Kova, but then Lillian basically said hi!
Oh my god, she did! No!
It's Lillian!
Fuck. Oh shit.
Oh dear god. I actually feel a little sick, oh my god. I liked her!
What, do you have a key in your stomach too?
Shut the fuck up!
Sorry.
Dude! What the fuck? Everyone has gone insane. Let's Felix. Lil Aurelia! Oh. That's why Mrs. Holden attacked me. Yeah, she did!
She did do that.
I guess Lillian killed Mr. Cars. I swallowed this key and then forgot about it. Woohoo! This tower's throwing all of them to lunatics. I better figure out how to think straight again soon. Also, there'll be no way for me to claw my way out of this pit. Oh, I'm only... Oh my god. Oh my god. What? Oh my god. Ugh.
I feel awful for suspecting Lillian and being right about it.
God damn it.
Court is back in session. I was informed that we have the evidence now.
Correct. The key has been retrieved more or less without incident.
Very good. Did you confirm it to be the key to the study?
Yes, I tried it on the door of our crime scene. The key was able to unlock it. Note that despite its old-fashioned look, this key contains a microchip.
A what? What?
This all but guarantees that it is unique. Duplicating it would prove impossible. It's similar to modern car keys. Simply copying the shape would not be sufficient.
Well, that makes things simple. The court accepts this key into evidence.
Found in my stomach. Oh boy.
And with that, it appears to be proven that Miss Chase actively tried to cover up her crime.
I know this looks really, really bad, Your Honor. Is it enough to completely ignore the second murder after all I've shown?
Hope is the confusion of the desire for a thing with its probability. Dr. Hellinger, you may present the other piece of evidence now. No testimony, understood? Just the evidence. Well, this was objectively overdue.
There can't still be more.
This isn't really a new piece of evidence. Rather, it's a clarification from my report regarding Mr. Gott's crime scene. You've been happily circulating theories of an unknown poison on the display case after all. I did warn you this haphazard approach of yours was going to backfire sooner or later. On this account, I submit this clarified autopsy report to the court. It categorically rules out the presence of any unknown substances on the display case.
What? No?
It just says no other traces found on the case, but I don't know if that really means anything.
But then... the basis for the poison hypothesis has been completely disproven.
How can you do this? This poison wouldn't be in your database. The whole point is that you're not able to detect it.
Even an unknown poison can't ignore the laws of physics. Regardless of its composition, it has to actually exist as physical matter. A dead body is one thing. It's hard to divide the individual components for analysis. On a smooth surface like the glass of a display case, however, it's easy to determine if there is anything at all identifiable or not. Of course, I analyzed this one quite thoroughly given the presence of Melanie Hoden's blood. Therefore, I can be as good as certain that no unknown substances were present. Be quiet now. I said no testimony.
Well, are you actually serious, Victoria?
It seems that's it for the defendant's argument. Still, Miss Priston, why didn't you present this fact when we first started talking about all this?
I did not expect the court would entertain our asinine idea for such an extended period of time. Unfortunately, it was too late by the time I realized I put too much faith in it. I did uncover a new lead about those 2 unsolved cases, did I not? It arguably wasn't entirely worthless.
I've solved those, no thanks to you. How about you just admit you always have to hide evidence instead of playing fair?
I have a superior suggestion, Aurelia.
Get good.
Stop basing your theories on possibilities you have absolutely no supporting evidence for. Your archaic approach is the true reason you always end up back exactly where you began.
God damn it. I had to put my brain on complete overdrive to solve those puzzles and fit it all together. It actually looked like I was going somewhere by the end, even though it seemed like a long shot at first. And now by the end, not the way I out of this trial, the ward I worked so hard for, slipped through my fingers again. Screw you for doing this.
This was bound to be a reaction once I started putting in a moderate amount of effort. You simply have no choice but to hate me, because I'm right about everything, and you're not.
I'm right and you're not, ha 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 ha. Oh. Not really, I just hate you in general.
Please remain civil, both of you.
This is a civil court, after all.
It's quite alright. There is nothing offensive about the final whimpers of a lost mind. I will allow myself to put her out of her misery and deliver the checkmate. Listen and observe closely. You may not deserve it, but I shall still graciously sing this requiem to you.
Oh, wonderful. Amor intellectualis.
I don't know if I can take any more, I'll be honest.
Oh my god. Watch us, like, stop here and then, like, Act 3's done in, like, 20 minutes.
I mean, isn't that what happened last time?
I think that actually is what happened last time, which might be more close. I mean, honestly, we actually might be close, because we have been going for a while.
Let's just see what the testimony is first.
Yeah.
After a single gunshot was heard, people immediately rushed to the source. The source was a locked room. The only key was inside, so the door had to be broken down.
Wait, is this just the same argument as the first time?
I think so, yeah.
Inside, we found a gunshot victim and the defendant, gun in hand. The door is the only viable entrance and exit to the room. Therefore, nobody else could have committed this crime.
It is the exact same argument, actually.
Oh, didn't we already do this?
You ignorantly dismissed my initial reasoning as inconclusive because the key hadn't been found yet. The location of this key has now been exposed by yours truly. You'll observe that this removes any perceived flaw in my argument. I was completely right from the very beginning. All these redundant testimonies and arduous debates managed to change precisely nothing. At the very least, this should make for an elegant bookend. This trial will serve as a presentable allegory in the future.
Of course, it always has to be about you being right. And you'll have no issue letting me put this argument to the test then again.
What a shame. I permitted you to go on this journey, but you haven't learned anything. Even my generosity is finite. I have no patience remaining to keep playing with you. Any amateur should be able to identify this as forced mate, no matter your move.
So we're going all the way back to square one? You gotta be kidding! Lost all my cards and I'm once again stuck with no way out! There has to be something in all the things I've learned during the trial. have to keep thinking. Something, anything that can blow a new hole in this case. Jeez. Ugh.
Alright, so I want to see if we can just do this right off the bat. Present the cake to the last statement.
Oh, that was about William, I think. So it's the last statement you said?
Yes. I just want to see if we can do it right off the bat. That's not the last statement. That's not the last statement. That's the last statement. Okay.
Oh,
I just want to see if that was possible.
it was not it was not possible. It was Kim possible. Sorry, that's a very bad and very dated joke. But wow.
What?
Well, I'll ask one more time. Do you want to keep going?
I can't. I can't. My throat is like physically hurting now. Even drinking won't help it.
Damn. What a wow. This is wow.
How long have we been going for?
4 hours.
Holy shit!
Remember when I said we'd be going for like an hour at the start of this episode, guys?
Yeah. Well, you're definitely gonna need to split this one up.
You think? I don't even know a good splitting point. So much happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see you guys next week, presumably with the end of Act 3, and probably a bit of Act 4, because I think we're actually quite really close.
Yeah.
Goodbye, gamers.
Bye.